So my two favorite features are before I even get in the car. I use them every morning, and this first one is the remote start. I'll show you how to do it on the app later. And this next one I just like because I feel fancy, and that's that as I approach the car, the mirror pops out. I don't know, it's just super fancy and I like it. And 15,000 miles later, I still like it. So with the key, I just hit that little button and it unlocks the door. Looking in the trunk, decent trunk space. This was a big deal for us. It was a little bit bigger than the Highlander. Like I said, I have 3 kids, so this is a very used car. There's a nice little hidey hole in the bottom there where I keep like spare diapers and things like that. It's not huge, but it's a good space. My 12-year-old daughter sits in the back here. Sometimes she actually climbs in through the back if my babies are already in the front and sleeping, so she can just kind of pop in on the one side, which is a great upgrade from my old Highlander that I had, which was only one big seat in the back, so I couldn't just fold down one side for her to hop in. She would have had to climb over the back seat. And here's the left and right automatic fold for the middle seats if you're putting something big in. Sorry for the shaky camera. I'm doing this all with one hand, but it is pretty convenient, pretty easy. Flip those headrests back up, and you can see there's a lot of space here. My 12-year-old is about 5'2". She has plenty of leg space, loves this back seat. It's 3 seats actually. There's a little button here to close the back. I am 5'2" and my husband is 6'2", and we both are super comfy in these seats. There's lots of adjustments. Here's a little lumbar adjustment here. If you look close, you can see it just kind of pop out and pop back in. Lots of settings for, us people with bad backs. Now, I'm not going to give a full review, but I'm going to give the things that matter the most to me on a day-to-day basis. There's lots of awesome videos that show you everything. I love the fact that I have the mileage warning on my dash. Over here, I have my heated seats, which are amazing with 3 different levels. And then I also have ventilated seats, which is cool. Cool air that blows up through the front 2 seats only in my trim. I have the EX with the Prestige package and the Nightfall. I didn't splurge for the SX. I also have the heated steering wheel. The SX basically has really fancy stuff, like heated seats in the middle row and things like that you don't need with car seats, and like a moonroof. So here are my settings on my dash. There's a few settings there that I'll get to later that I didn't even realize I had that I now use all the time. One good feature is lane assist, and that helps when you're getting a little sleepy at night. All right, so for my settings, I use Eco a lot to try to save gas. And comfort. Now, comfort and eco, I don't really notice that much difference between the two, but sport, on the other hand, if you're looking for like a faster acceleration, more power, you definitely feel the pull when you switch to sport mode. So if you think you're going to be dealing with crazy drivers, go to that. So that gross hair, ignore that. That P button is your emergency brake, and this A off button cuts off the automatic shut off that helps you save gas at stops. Hello? Hello, hello, hello. If I want to be quiet and not wake up my babies in the middle seat, I can use this to talk to my passengers everywhere without yelling. It's kind of cool. Little view of the passenger seat. My 6'2" husband is perfectly comfortable in that seat, even backed up to a rear-facing car seat. Up here, I have my safety controls where if I need to call for help. I also have my doors open lights on, and then just all lights on at the same time, regardless. Here I have my charge port. You can just lay your phone on the bottom there and it'll charge your phone, or you have the traditional plug-in here for Apple CarPlay or Android, whatever the Android CarPlay is called, and then a couple other plugs. So my apps go right up here. You cannot read your text messages unless you are in park, but they can read aloud if you want them to. Now into the night. Still love those sexy lights in the front. All right, so looking here, I have my safety brake on still. Pop on those lights to see the fam. My husband's in the car with me now. I have all my kids in the back, one rear facing, one front facing, and then my 12-year-old all the way in the back. Because the kids are not sleeping, she got in the normal way through the doors, and she is plugged in the back there with her 2 charge ports. When the little kids get older, they also have charge ports in the sides of my seat and the passenger seat. Here we go. Flip this baby into reverse, and we have our backup camera with my sensors. If you want the 360 in front of your car, you're gonna have to splurge for the SX. Now, one of my favorite features that I didn't know I had, automatic high beams. That means when I turn on automatic at night, my high beams will go on when they sense that there's no cars around. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Look how bright these lights are. They're amazing. Even when they're not, my high beams are not on, people think that my high beams are on. See, now boom, my high beams are on. I have to say, this is the one downside of the Telluride that I have found. My lights are so bright that when I am on dark roads at night, which I often am coming from my parents' house in the country, people think that I have my high beams on and they flash at me. All right, now this is the first car we're encountering on these back roads. Let's see if they flash. Mind you, the other night on the way home on a 20-minute drive, I had 10 flashes. Oh, there we go. Look. Boom. There it is. Second car that we encounter already flashing at me. Mind you, I kind of like the fact that my LED lights are so bright. It annoys people, but at the same time, if you're prone to road rage, it might really annoy you. The last thing I want to show you is just kind of coming through the app so you can see how you can automatically start your car while you're laying in bed still if you want to, and you can adjust the climate control. You can even set a schedule, so if you know you're leaving the house at the same time every day, you can create a schedule here. You can keep up with your maintenance. I'm almost to 15,000 miles, and it's only time for my second maintenance. I hope this video is helpful to you. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer as quick as possible. But again, I'm a mom of 3, so it might take me a while. We love our Telluride.